Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best.
Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a great Thursday morning. Looks like lots of snow for everybody. All right, let's see. Looks like you guys have been yapping away on the chat, which is cool. But as usual, we got to knock out the big three. Rose, first, Debbie Chandler. Number 2, Bradley Collins. You are deterred. All right, let's see here. JB the 25th is here. Supplies. We got Rose Staller. Actually, Rose was first. There we go. Brad, we may have 2 inches if that's just enough to make a mix. Yes. We got Ian's in the house. West Virginia Pappy's here. Oops is here. Andy Pearson is present at negative 12 degrees in northeast Kansas. Deanna has showed up. We're going to give it a few minutes for people to pop in. We're going to drink a little bit of coffee. Hot, 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 hot coffee. Oh, it's so good. We're going to see how long the throat actually puts out. Alrighty then, there you go. Ah. I think he's like, I just need to hear him say Canada, so I'm gonna pop in and say hi, and then I'm gonna leave. Believe it or not, the cough is getting much better, guys. I'm just getting up the last of it. Looks like Pilgrim just showed up. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Um, if we go to the we've already got 8 votes, which you don't have to vote right now, but 62%. The question is, what's the most important step to protect your family in a collapse? 62% say creating a detailed survival plan. Nice. Nice. We're gonna close that one out. What we got here? All right, everybody's giving everybody fist bumps, things like that. Also, guys, Thursdays are the days that I ask for money for that new PC, and in return, today is a little bit different. We want Julie. Julie's in bed right now. Oops, Julie's in bed. She got her chemo yesterday, and she is laying in bed right now, uh, swiping through her phone, hoping for a better day. She seems to be feeling good this morning, but it's really hard to tell since she hasn't got out of bed yet. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So LP, you like the cup warmer for your coffee? Apps. I use it every single live stream. Every single live stream. It keeps this cup so hot. I wish I could like move my camera, guys. You know what? I can hold on. Let's pick that up. I don't know if I can pick this up without burning the crap out of myself. But I use it every. So I gotta back this. There we go. It's still plugged in. I can't spin it without you. There we go. This way a little bit. There we go. I use it every morning for every live stream. I absolutely love it. It keeps that coffee and that in that mug, in my special local prepper mug. It keeps that coffee hot the entire live stream. Not a joke. Not a joke. Absolutely love it. Thank you very much for sending me one. Actually, sending me two. Appreciate it. Miko just showed up. Miko, 3 degrees here. Now, how cold it is outside here. Everybody post their temperatures. Since we're doing that, of course, with my app, I have to watch a stupid. No, I don't. Not to find my temperature. 27 feels like 13. That's what it is. Could you use it to cook with? Uh oh. The water doesn't boil, I can tell you that. But it goes up to 180 degrees is what you can set it to because it's digital. Looks like 130 through 180. But no, you couldn't cook with this. I mean, I don't know. It's like candle warmer temperature kind of thing. It's more than enough to keep your coffee hot, not warm, hot. Okay, which is why I really like it. The coffee is not steaming, but also the room is not bad. Robin, your name is so weird, man. Robin de Garden. I'm just calling you Robin, man. 65 in Florida. I know it must be a brisk 65 in Florida. Ian says it's 4 there. We got 22 in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Um, it's a cold one. We got 14 West Virginia Pappy. I wonder where he is. Let's see. So now we're 5 degrees. Gotcha. Well, I mean, that's good. That's good. It's better than being in Canada. Hey, what's the temperature in Canada? Alrighty then. And you have to give it to us in Celsius, so everybody gets really confused. I always have to like look that up. It's like, is that times 0.333 or something like that? Okay, guys, we're getting a little bit off track, and we need to get back on plan. So, um, Garden, Rob and Garden, maybe. No, I'm just calling Robin. I'm calling him Robin. 10 degrees, negative 10 degrees Celsius, and snowing. Gotcha. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on point right here. I ran across this article, and I started. Well, it's not this article, but I read an article, should I say, and I started going through it, and I really liked what it had to say, so I did a little bit of writing myself, and because that's what I do every day, and kind of made it my own. Got some really good points out of it, but kind of making it more for the video world. 65 is a heat wave up here. I know, right? Okay, so many people. I'm sorry. Before we do this, guys, I want to make sure I have a link in there. I'm still telling people. Let me check. Let me check my links and descriptions. Okay, so we still have in the description right now. We're still talking about helping out Grindstone Ministries. They still are. If you have the money, send them a couple of bucks. Also, if you want to help by buying stuff directly from their Amazon list, there's a link right there. Do that. And then the if you guys didn't see it, I made a late night, well, not late night, but an evening short video last night. I keep getting these emails because I'm an Amazon affiliate. I get links to what they call savings or amazing deals. And this time, instead of them sending me like, "Hey, this is a great vase," or "Hey, you want to clean your car rims better," something like that, right? I actually got a couple that were good. One was for the Bofang radio, the other was for the O-Light. And if you guys know anything about O-Lights, they are normally expensive. So take a look at those if you're interested. But definitely, more importantly, the grindstone stuff. So put that in your thought process. Okay, let's see here. What do we got here? Bazinga. I wonder hey, if you know what Bazinga is, put a number one in the chat. We're going to give you the heart, we'll give you a like, and we're going to reply, and we're going to call you first. If I can actually like type something. So much stuff is in the way. There we go. Everybody make sure you guys hit that on the Andy Pearson thing. What I give away, you guys are going to get in the decision process. You guys will be in the decision process here today, where we try to figure out what we're going to give away. I'll literally just like get up and like start walking around the room. You guys can give me some suggestions, and I'll see what I can find, and then we will. I'll make a video with all that stuff in it, and then we'll get that out this month. We'll get that out this month. Couldn't open last night. We'll try later. Just buffering. Got you. That should be like a shirt that says "just buffering." Gotta love it. Got the t-shirt. The t-shirt, guys. What's this t-shirt say? I can't see it. It's like I know what it says, but I find your lack of ammo disturbing. I'll put a link for that in the description. Some people were asking about that the other day. Okay, so let's get on point. Many people enjoy action movies, whether they involve heroes fighting off villains with fists, knives, firearms, or even advanced weaponry. Characters like Jason Bourne, Rambo, The Equalizer, The Expendables, and various Marvel superheroes captivate audiences with their combat skills and resilience. While these, Ian, what? It's warm. What the F? It's warmer in Canada. All right. All right. Thank you, Ian. You kind of caught me off guard there. No, we're going to call you not number two, Deuces. There you go. All right. Let's see here. While these films provide excellent entertainment, they also create a dangerous illusion. These portrayals lead viewers to identify with fictional heroes, imagining themselves capable of similar feats. However, few individuals possess the extensive training and experience required for real life combat. Unlike the movies, there are no choreographed fights or perfectly timed sequences where attackers conveniently fail to land blows. In reality, violence is chaotic, unpredictable, and often overwhelming for those unprepared. Now, first things first, guys. Legal considerations. Laws governing the use of deadly force vary, but in most cases, legal protections for self defense apply primarily within the home. Engaging threats outside the residence, even in a survival situation, introduces legal complexities. Courts generally scrutinize cases where force extended beyond immediate personal protection. In a lawless scenario, this distinction may seem irrelevant, but preppers should still adhere to ethical and legal principles when possible. Ensuring that attackers initiate hostilities, such as firing the first shot or making a direct threat, strengthens the justification for self defense. Avoiding unnecessary engagement outside the home minimizes legal risks in situations where order is eventually restored. Now, we've talked about this before in the past. Excuse me, my throat is starting to get a little thick there. We're going to sip a little coffee. And we need to remind ourselves that many times we think about the defense of our loved ones, ourselves, our property, our home, our castle in a shtf slash, rule world without the rule of law mentality. But the reality is that eventually rules will come back, the law will come back, and people will remember what you did. So I'm not saying that as a scare tactic. I'm saying that as to help you remember that you are still human. People do very ugly things when situations are very ugly. And the the person who did the right thing is going to be remembered for the person who did the right thing. Now, if you got to put some guy down because he's coming at you with a gun, completely understand it. If somebody's decided to come into your home and do things that he or she is not supposed to be doing, then yes, they get an early grave. Okay, but use common sense. Use common sense. Okay, so going to the poll, we've got 14 votes right now, and currently the question is, what is the most important step to protect your family in a collapse? And right now, 36% say creating a detailed survival plan, 29% say building a self-sufficient home, 29% say stockpiling food and supplies, and 7% say having a strong emergency fund. Gotcha. So we've got some stuff coming in there. Is the chat broken? It is completely stopped. I'm seeing zero movement on the chat. Can you guys hear me? Check, 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 check. No, excuse me. At some point during this year, I will stop being sick from whatever this was I caught. It's starting to suck. It's really starting to suck. Okay, so with that said, knocking all the legal stuff out there. Thank you, Oops. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. The illusion of strength in numbers is something to think about. Okay. Now, don't take me wrong. Just listen to what I have to say, and then you can comment afterwards. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, that's the way this thing works. What? Huh? What? Huh? What? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. What'd you say? Um, I talk about stuff. You post some stuff. I talk about the stuff that you posted. It's really very, very simple. By the way, Rose, I'm still really loving those root beer barrels. I'm gonna have to buy some of those myself because they really do help with the cough. Yes, just awaiting my coffee. Laszlo showed up. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. All right, so the illusion of strength in numbers. Now, let me finish. Let me finish because it's like, this doesn't make sense. One common assumption in survival scenarios is that an individual or small group can successfully fend off an attacking force. We're gonna get into some of the nitty-gritty of this stuff that we kind of never talk about, okay? Many preppers envision themselves defending their homes against marauding gangs in a post-collapse world, believing they will always prevail despite being outnumbered. However, history and military strategy suggest otherwise. Attackers often operate with superior numbers and will likely scout a location before launching an assault. They may use the rule of three, or the rule of threes is what we call it. Some people call it the 3-to-1 rule, and plan an attack on a fortified position, ensuring they have enough force to overwhelm defenders. Those relying on a survival team must also consider logistics. If team members live separately, which most of the time they do, mutual defense becomes impractical unless they have a pre established plan to regroup and consolidate defenses. Individuals may find themselves isolated during an attack. In such situations, the only defenders available are those residing in the home at that time. Now, these are some hard words. These are some hard words, guys. Even in smaller households, every available individual should ask. However, pioneers defending the homesteads against raids adopted a similar approach. We've seen this in the Westerns. While the primary defender engaged attackers, others reloaded weapons and provided reconnaissance. This method increased the family's survival odds despite the inherent risks. Now, training additional household members in firearms handling and defensive tactics significantly enhances security. Even inexperienced shooters who can apply suppressive fire increase a likelihood of repelling an attack. Nobody wants to get shot. That's the idea behind suppressive fire. A coordinated defense with shooters focusing on high value targets, such as enemy leaders, can create enough disruption to force attackers to retreat. Psychological factors also play a role. Facing an unexpected resistance can shake the attacker's confidence, potentially forcing them to withdraw. Now, if you have envisioned yourself in any one of these situations, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat because you guys are listening intently to my every single word. And while it is appreciated, um, it's less interaction means less airtime. If you guys don't understand that math. And while I'm waiting for you guys to post something, even if it's just once, currently 16 votes with 38%, creating a detailed survival plan is the answer to what is the most important step to protect your family in a collapse. Cuck V, shut up. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I'm going to go ahead and take a second to cough my brains out. Wish I could get more of this gook up. It would be super duper pooper scooper. Buckfee showed up, watching from the People's Republic of Michigan, feeding over 6,000 cows. Moo. So many words. So many words. All right, let's see here. So, maximizing passive defenses. All right. What's up, Billy King? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. And Andy says, I'm working, man. I'm working. I'm stuck in somebody's ear in several states right now. It sounds a little juicy. All right, let's see here. So, maximizing passive defenses. A home is not a fortress, but it must be treated like one. Standard residential construction does not provide an adequate ballistic protection, any adequate ballistic protection. If you think that your house is going to stop bullets, you are very wrong. Even brick walls fail to stop most rifle rounds, offering only limited resistance to small caliber weapons. To enhance security, defenders should implement passive defenses that deter or slow trackers. Sandbags, for example, provide excellent ballistic protection. A 1-foot thick sandbag wall beneath a window creates a protected firing position, shielding occupants from incoming fire. Most residential floors can support such a defensive measure, providing builders had adhered to building codes. Basic ballistic protection, fortifying entry points is essential. Standard doors on locks and windows are insufficient against determined intruders. Reinforced doors, security bars, and impact-resistant window film can delay a forced entry. The longer an attacker takes to breach the home, the greater the defender's chance of repelling the assault or preparing an escape. Perimeter defenses also play a critical role. Fences, thorny bushes, and motion-activated lighting can create obstacles that slow or discourage intruders. Alarms, whether electronic or improvised, alert defenders to move, reducing the chances of successful surprise attack. The goal is to create layers of securities that force attackers to depend time and to give time and energy, making them more vulnerable to counter attacks. Now, with all that said, well, everybody's just saying hi to everybody today, ain't they? Mr. J showed up. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, my friend. With all that said, These are fortifications that you can prepare for, guys. These are fortifications that you can prepare for. Now, the simplest way to prepare for them is bags of sand that you can buy at Lowe's and sandbags. That's the easiest way to do it. You literally just pick a window that has a good field of fire and build yourself a sandbag wall right in front of that window. It's something you can get behind. Sandbags do stop bullets. You just need to know how to layer them properly. I've seen them stop 50 caliber bullets, so they will definitely stop whatever anybody in the local neighborhood is shooting at you. That is for sure. Um, and the thing is it's not something we're going to do right now. We're not going to go like, oh man, LP said we got to go fortify our fighting position in the bedroom because there's a window there. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that you've probably got a garage someplace where you can stack, 3 or 4 piles of sand, 3 or 4 bags of sand, and get your hands on some sandbags. And then if the time comes, then now it's time to fortify a fighting position. It's that easy. And then the amount that you want to use is really up to you. Throw a tarp down, fill those bags up, put them in, stack them correctly, and you've got yourself a fighting position. It's that easy. Put a little crack in the window, you're good to go, man. You're good to go. Just remember, don't stick your rifle through the window unless you have to. Anywho, Maria, good to see you. I don't recognize you. Thank you, Ed, for hanging out, and welcome to the stream. Mr. J, did you change your profile picture? Yeah, that looks different. That's kind of cool. I love the skull and crossbow thing. It's very piratey. But maybe I'm just noticing. Who knows? Who knows? All right. I'm gonna sip a little coffee. And you know what? I think we're oh, I think we're at that point in the show where, hmm, if you love your country, put a #1 in the chat. You don't have to love your government, but you have to love your country. America. I'm going to drink me some coffee. I'm going to talk some smack. I'm going to read you some stories. I'm going to pay some bills. And as usual, we're going to go to the best company on the whole damn planet. Guys, I want to talk to you about this. And it's like, oh no, not Refuge Medical again. Well, here's the thing. I get emails from Refuge Medical all the time, guys. I don't know if you're signed up for this or not, but they are always passing out some unbelievable information. And the one they sent me today was, is expensive gear really worth it? The truth about life-saving equipment. And it said, we get it. Quality first. I'm literally reading you their email, okay? We get it. Quality first. We get it. Quality first aid gear isn't cheap. And when you're investing in life-saving equipment, the last thing you want to waste is money on something that won't perform when it most matters. These guys are the Glock of the medical field. So, high-quality medical gear really worth the price? The cost of cutting corners. There are plenty of cheap knockoff tourniquets, weak bandages, and poorly made first aid kits out there. They may look the same, but in a real emergency, they fail. Straps break. Windlasses snap. You guys don't know what the windlass is? It's the windlass is the stick, the rod. Okay? The strap is the strap that runs down through the center of a tourniquet. It's not just one thing. It's like 3 or 4 different straps. That's the strap. Straps break, windlass snap, and medical supplies fall apart when you need them most. Would you trust your life or a loved one's to something that might not work? Interesting. Interesting. And I could go on. Now, it says before you buy, ask yourself, has this gear been tested and proven in real world emergencies? Do professionals trust and use the same equipment? Check. Am I paying for quality, not just quantity? El Checkaroonie. Guys, I can't emphasize it enough. There's a link in my description of stuff that I like. It's probably right on the screen someplace. Go there. Use code LocalPrepper. Save yourself a percentage. Make yourself safe. All right, guys, let me double check my screen here and make sure that I'm talking the way I'm supposed to be talking. And there it is, perfectly. I love Refuge Medical. They are the best. Yes, absolutely. I don't back companies, and I will drop a company so fast it's not even funny. I won't talk smack about them. I'll just say, listen, guys, I'm not working with this company anymore. and because they did me wrong or I found something I didn't like, and you do what you got to do, but you won't be getting their stuff through me anymore. I'll go find something else. I've got two companies that I'm working with right now that are they're in the water business, which I love their product. I love their product. And once it gets here, we'll do it. We're actually going to do a test video on it. And then also, I've got another company who is I'm working with them. They're sending me stuff, and on the surface, from what I've dove in, I can't find anything wrong with this company. They're better than Jace Medical. We're going to find out when the gear gets here. We're going to find out. And if that's the case, I just found you guys a company that nobody knows anything about and that is offering more meds, more different diversified meds for less money, or should I say, basically, the Jace case versus this thing that they're sending me, it's $100 less, and it's got more meds in it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Nobody's ever heard of this company before, and they're not new. So we're going to go down that path. We'll go down that path when we get there. Love Refuge. They're the best. Okay, good to go. If SHTF and we have power, need good blackout window covers. That's true. That's true. Or just don't turn your windows on. Just don't turn your lights on. But yeah, blackout window covers are pretty good. All right, so getting back on point. Getting back on point, guys. Let's talk about the aftermath. The aftermath. Let's say somebody's got you, like you set this up. They were attacking. You were able to fight them off. What happens after? And what the answer to that is preparing for the next attack. Because in the movies, it's like they're just like this, like all these dudes are like all this crazy stuff, right? There's a big firefight and guns and bullets and things are exploding. Maybe somebody got shot. Maybe somebody did. Windows are. It's so bad. And then somebody wins, and the other guy's like, "Oh no!" And you see him running off into the darkness. Well, what normally means they're not running away; they're running to regroup. So let's talk about it. Surviving an initial attack does not guarantee long-term safety. If attackers retreat, they may regroup. They may recruit reinforcements and return with a more organized assault because now they know how you're going to fight. A common mistake is assuming victory means the danger has passed. Instead, defenders must anticipate a follow-up attack and prepare accordingly. Prepare accordingly. In a second attack, or I'm sure to say, if a second attack appears imminent, defenders must evaluate their options. If reinforcements are unavailable and resources are limited, remaining in a compromised position may be unrealistic. They may be just going to find some torches and gasoline because they're sore losers. You know what I'm saying? They need to send a message. Don't mess with us. When we come, just let us in. So in such cases, a strategic withdrawal or bugging out will become necessary. And that's just what we're going to talk about next. But before we do that, we're going to go to, I love Bradley Uno. You even use the tilde. The tilde. Most people don't even know what the tilde is. Let's see here. If you know what a tilde is, put it in the chat. Let's see here. Rose says, if SHTF and have a, oh, we did that already. Okay. Sheepdog, man, I haven't seen you in forever, lady. What in the hell, hey, what is going down? Let's see here. Robin the Garden. Rob. One way to say it, two ways to see it. Rob in the garden. Yes, we know. We figured that out. But it's just too many. There's too many vowels, consonants, verbs, adjectives, and all that stuff in your very, very well finely tuned name. Still love you. Still love you. Let's see here, Maria. Black belt can be cut. Black belt can be cut to size and stored. Oh, black felt. Because you're talking about covering the windows. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a pretty good idea. It's a pretty good idea. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Believe it or not, there was a time when I couldn't sleep if there was any light in the room. and we literally I got cardboard and stapled cardboard like large cardboard box to cover the entire window. Boom, instantaneous blackout window. Happens just like that, guys. Rose, I like the mirror window tint. There you go. Use propane tank for tannerite for perimeter defense. Let's see here. Okay, looks like we're up to date right there. So let's talk about the strategic bug out considerations. And oh, by the way, guys, we are only 2 for 5 on the possibility of doing a giveaway today, which would actually extend the live stream. All right, so strategic bug out considerations, or also known as the tactical withdrawal. It's time to sip a little coffee. My root beer barrel has ran out, so I'm very cautious right now. May have to get up and get another one. We'll see what happens. Believe it or not, Rose, that big ass bag you got me, I only have like 4 or 5 of those things left. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, so strategic bug out considerations, aka the tactical withdrawal. Bugging out should not be a last minute decision. Made under duress. Like, we gotta go. Grab your stuff. We didn't plan for this. This is our stuff. We have to stay. Yeah, so a well prepared evacuation plan includes predetermined escape routes, rally points, and caches, or caches, depending on how you want to say it, of supplies along the way. If an attack occurs, the brief period before attackers return provides an opportunity to execute an orderly withdrawal, aka bug out. The general idea is that you repel the enemy's assault. And then while they're licking their wounds, deciding what they want to do, and you get this gut feeling that they're coming back. They're just regrouping, they're coming back. You use that moment, that window in time where you can like exfil just like that and you're gone. And then when they come back to burn your house down, ain't nobody getting nothing. Ain't nobody getting nothing. Well, you could use it for other measures. You could really mess their day up if you wanted to, but it's better just to get away with your friends and family. All right, so some of the key elements of a successful bug out plan include route planning. You need to identify multiple exit routes, avoiding main roads where ambushes are going to be likely. The next thing is cache preparation, storing essential supplies, food, water, ammunition, and medical kits at strategic locations. In this particular situation, it would literally be like possibly like go bags that you have maybe in a tote that you've buried in the corner of your backyard or something like that, or maybe it's further down the road, or maybe it's a spot in the woods that everybody in the family knows, and you can go there, you can grab your go bags, and then hey yaka, you're out of town, that kind of thing. That sounds like an on foot thing. Maybe the bags are already inside your vehicle. There's a thought. There's a thought. Something like that. But caches are nice to have. All right. Concealment and deception using diversionary tactics such as leaving false trails to mislead pursuers. This is mostly only good during the daytime. But there's a lot of things that you could actually do. I've actually seen where people have there's like a fork in the road, a fork in the path. Maybe there's a path in the woods right behind your property, and you take a chem light and you crack that chem light and you throw it down that path that you're not going down, so that they think that they went that way. They dropped a chem light. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but either way, it's a 50-50 shot. Alternative shelters. Securing a fallback location with defensive advantages, preferably known only by trusted individuals. This would literally be a battle point, or also known as a hard point, where you could actually have something already made up, something already built, something that's already fortified for siege warfare, that kind of thing. It's got food supply, ammo. It's got a bucket toilet in it. It's got sandbags. It could be camouflaged. It could be something in the woods. There's a lot of properties that people buy that butt up against national forests, where you could literally, punch into the woods, a couple 2-3 tenths of a mile, you know, and that only you really knew about or your friends knew about, and you could live. Basically, you build a fort in the woods and you put a bunch of stuff in it. That way, when something really goes down, everybody runs there, puts their rifles out the windows, and you can smoke check every single person who decides to come after you. That's exactly how it works. And let's see, executing a successful bug out requires discipline, moving under covers of darkness, minimizing noise, and avoiding detection increases the likelihood of escaping safely. Leaving behind false indicators, such as misleading tracks or decoy camps, which we just talked about, can further confuse adversaries. We're really dipping our toes into the military mindsets type stuff here. And I can tell that you guys are really paying attention to you because there's 23 of you in here right now and barely anybody saying anything. I know you're working, don't get me wrong, it's not. This is just me. This is how I know when you guys are like listening to everything that I'm saying, which is appreciated, which is great. I love the interaction, but I also think there's a time and place for you to be listening. So if we go to where are we at here? If we go to the poll, currently we've got 22 votes. 27 of you in here. We're currently looking at what's the most important step to protect your family in a collapse, and 39%. Somebody just voted. Create a detailed survival plan. 30% see stockpile food and supplies. 26 say building a self-sufficient home, and 4% say having a strong emergency fund. All right, so the next thing we need to talk about, is long-term security strategies. Long-term security strategies. Now, while immediate survival is critical, long-term security depends on building resilient networks and sustainable defenses. Forming alliances with trustworthy neighbors or uh, other survival-minded individuals increases collective defensive capabilities. Developing sustainable food, water, and energy sources reduces the dependency on vulnerable supply chains. A well prepared community can deter attacks simply by demonstrating strength in numbers and resourcefulness. Maintaining situational awareness remains paramount. Threats evolve, and complacency invites disaster. Regular security drills, equipment checks, and intelligence gathering ensures preparedness. Investing in skills such as tactical training, first aid, and emergency communication further enhance resilience. Guys, I can't emphasize enough. Most people are they're kind of slacking right now. They're not really thinking that we might have to fight our way out of something here. But I tell you what, the tensions are building, and the left is going a little bit crazy, and it's something that we need to be paying just a little bit of attention to. So where are we at here? Walmart sells root beer barrels regularly and no sugar. I like it. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather have the sugar than the chemicals, but I appreciate it, man. Rose says, country child always had carry bag for emergencies in my car. Most jobs were 30 to 60-minute drives. Couple years had 2 hour drive. Yeah, 2 hours, that's too much. I've done an hour and a half one way. I did that daily for years on end. It pretty much super duper sucks. Okay, so we're going to do the conclusion on this, and we're going to talk about some other stuff because I owe you guys an hour, and I don't have 20 more minutes of content here because everybody was listening to me. So if you guys want to talk about something, throw it in the chat. Also, I've got a few things I want to talk about. So in conclusion, and this is the time to finish up the poll if you have not done it yet. Defending a home in a post-collapse world requires more than just weapons and bravado. Understanding limitations of defensive positions, maximizing passive defenses, and planning for contingencies increase the odds of survival. Legal considerations and ethical decision making remain important even in crisis scenarios. The ability to recognize when to stand and fight versus when to retreat is crucial. Those who prepare comprehensively, fortify their homes, train their families, and develop bug out plans will have the best chances for surviving and thriving in an uncertain future. Bradley found my dead chat. Thank you, Bradley. Dead chat. Dead chat. If you're a member, you have access to all that stuff. There we go. That was healthy. That was healthy. Okay, so with all that said, guys, I'll remind you we're only 2/5 the way to the to oh, there we go. To two we're only 2/5 the way to meeting our goal. We have 19 minutes and 20 seconds, actually less than that, to accomplish this. Otherwise, no giveaway. Um, one of the things while we're waiting for you guys to fill that goal, uh, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys was I finally West Virginia Pappy has been beating on me forever to talk to uh Rico. What I had to make sure it was still working. I just got on just of course you just got out of a meeting, Bradley. Miko says, USA tested a nuclear weapon. Something to think about. When did we test a nuclear weapon? Did it just happen like in the last 48 hours, Miko? I'm not I'm not privy to that information. Let's see here. Oh, Grumpy's here. Hey, good to see you, man. Somehow I'm skipping things in the chat here. LP is describing the three pillars of modern homesteading: community, food independence, and modern self-sufficiency. There you go. There you go. Every prepper wants to be a homesteader. Every prepper wants to be a homesteader. Not a joke. It's all about the land and whether your job. Well, I don't. It's difficult for me to talk to people about homesteading because everybody wants to be a homesteader and they like to say, but I just can't afford the land or I don't have the land. But the big argument is always about their jobs. They don't want to detach from their jobs, the fear of doing that. And the truth is that's an honest assessment of their lives. They're not willing to give up their income for what they do for a living. But if they could, there are some that would. There are some that would. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, West Virginia Pappy has been kind of beating on me to talk, to link up with, what is it? Doomsday Queen? Is it Doomsday Queen? West Virginia Pappy? Um, and so I literally sat and watched her. She did a live stream on YouTube yesterday, and she is new to YouTube. She's got a pretty good following over on TikTok, and she's tired of TikTok. It just takes Kentucky Sustainable Living. What's going on, man? Good to see you. I've been trying to watch your videos. I've been trying to watch your video. You guys have been doing shorts. I like those. um, but and she is a homesteader. She's building a homestead. It's kind of confusing the way she talked, because it's like she has 70 acres in Colorado, but then she talks about like Utah and stuff like that. Her and her husband are former Army, but she just has this I don't give a crap attitude about um, people and their inability to understand that homesteading is the thing. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it. She's very no nonsense. If you guys get a chance to check her out, and West Virginia Pappy has not. Yes, it is. Okay, good. So I said it right. Um, what is it? Doomsday Queen? Doomsday Queen. There you go. Um, but it's she's an interesting character. I would definitely go check her out on YouTube because she's an interesting character, and she's the real deal. She is the real deal. So hopefully I'll be able to do some collaboration with her in the future. But I wanted to let you guys know about her channel because, like I said, she just came over from TikTok, and she's got 2,000 followers on YouTube already. So a lot of people from TikTok followed her over here. She's dumping the TikTok banner, and I think people should be more aware of who she is. Let's see here. David says, "Come and take it." Hold on, babe. Where are we at here? Grubby says, "Yep. Prepper Preppertism and homesteadism are just different places on the same spectrum. We're all on the spectrum. We're all a little warped in the brain." Let's see here. Miko says, Russia, North Korea, China, they are doing test firing. Okay, I got you. I got you. So it's not an actual nuclear weapon because you don't actually fire the actual nuclear weapon. You just fire the ballistic weapon. The ballistics get tested. Where are we at here? Rob says, "What if you're bugging in most home in your neighborhood surrendered to a gang, but I'm armed to the teeth?" What would be my next best move? Well, I hate to say it, Rob, but you're surrounded. And if unless you're a Marine, you're not going to be in your happy place, and you probably need to leave. I hate to say it, because they've already surrendered to the gang, so they're already weak links. They're already mentally weak people, and you need to think about that because you didn't get to them early enough, Rob. You didn't get to them early enough. Hint, hint, Rob. So what if? What if? Um, just noticing, did you get the haircut? Yes, I did. I got my 3 to 6 month haircut. I also got the beard. The beard is no longer unmanageable. So yes, I do that about every 3 to 6 months. Bob Peter just showed up. Everybody, run away! Bob's here. Time to go. End the live stream. Okay. And West Virginia Pappy says she has 70 acres in Utah. Gotcha. Okay. Where Miko says homesteading is like self-efficiency. You don't need no outside people to help. Yeah, to an extent. But going back to what we were talking about these defensive tactics, it's everybody in the house has to play a part. And the only time, it's when you start about activating a defense, that defense are the people that are inside or patrolling around. That's the way it works. It's not a they're not you're not in a defense if you're like, 4 blocks down saying, "I got your back, man." You're not part of that defense. You could come running to aid if possible, but you're not inside that circle, okay? Or behind that line, for lack of better words. Hey, Bob. All right, so I guess we're not going to make our goal. I guess we're not going to make our goal. Like I said, I was going to like go around the room and start picking things up to put in a box to do a giveaway with, but I guess that's not what you want to happen, you slackers. Yeah, oh my God, building a community. There you go. Exactly, sheepdog. 100%. 100%. Okay, so we almost made it to an hour. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I wanted to tell you guys? Is everybody's tourniquet set up for one-handed use? There's a question. Is your tourniquet set up for one-handed use? Inquiring minds want to know. If it is, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. If not, well, maybe another YouTube video. All right, so if we go to the poll one last time here, we got 30 votes, which is pretty good since there's only 17 people in here. What's the most important step to protect your family in a collapse? 43% believe creating a detailed survival plan. I believe that's the best answer as well. 30% say build a self-sufficient home. 23% say stockpiling food and supplies, and 3% say have a strong emergency fund. Okay, guys. Looks like dead chat. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the live stream. You got something out of it. As usual, I'll put a link in the description or a link in the comments for the t-shirt if you're interested. And yeah, that's going to be about it. Make sure you hit your thumbs up on the way out the door. Stay safe. Have a great Thursday. Shovel that snow. And if you live down in Florida, pretend to do it. Have a great day, guys. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.